kathamritam tapta jivana kabi bhiririta kalmashapaha. Kathamritam tapta jivana kabi bhiririta kalmashapaha. Mangala Srimadatata Bhuvi Grinanti Bhuridajana. Mangala Srimadatata Bhuvi Grinanti Bhuridajana. Grinanti je bhuridajana. Bhuvi grinanti je bhuridajana. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunnavadi Paschata Vishatarine Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The song this we sing at the beginning of this class not only indicates the glory of Krishna Katha, descriptions of Krishna, instructions by Krishna. They have immense spiritual benefit. Like first thing it does is it frees us from our suffering condition. Tapta Jivanam. Material existence is like burning in fire. Samsara dava nalalidha loka. That is our condition. Samsar, meaning material life. Materialistic life is like a forest fire. The forest fire, because nobody lights the forest fire, it lights up on its own. And it's very devastating. It cannot be extinguished by any other means besides torrents of rain. So, nalalita loka. Tranaya karunna ghana ghanatam. Ghana ghanatam means rain cloud. So, so material life, time and time again it has been pointed out that materialistic life is full of difficulties and suffering. But Krishna Katha extinguishes that suffering condition. And the other benefits are Shravana Mangalam. When we hear, we benefit. We receive all kinds of auspiciousness. Mangalam. Shravana Mangalam. Srimad-atatam. It bestows spiritual wealth, spiritual opulence. Srimad-atatam. And bhubi grinanti ye bhurida jana. Those who distribute their true munificent personalities, their real munificent personalities. And in this way, this particular shloka from Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto, we can see is also indicating the glory of Srila Prabhupada. The word bhubi means throughout the earth planet. Bhubi. Bhu means bhumandala, earth planet, and all over the earth planet. Now we can see that prior to Srila Prabhupada, this Krishna consciousness was not available, or Krishna consciousness didn't spread throughout the world, didn't go out of India. And even in India it was lost. So that's why this particular verse is very, very meaningful to us, very relevant to us, very inspirational to us. Srila Prabhupada's glory is being broadcast in this way. So, and we also understand the benefit of hearing about Krishna's pastimes. Because Krishna's pastimes are always very meaningful, very instructive. By hearing about Krishna's pastimes, we learn so many things. The most important thing that we learn from hearing about Krishna's pastimes, that if we become devotees of Krishna, Krishna will go out of his way to take care of us. If we become devotees of Krishna, if we surrender to Krishna, then we will receive actual benefit. Immense benefit. And at the same time, we also learn, if we don't become a devotee, if we become inimical to Krishna, then no one will be able to save us. If we become devotees of Krishna, Krishna will protect us. Paritranaya sadhuna. And if I become a demon, although even the demons don't think that they are demons. It takes others to figure out who is a demon. So if we become demoniac, then Krishna will annihilate us. Krishna directly don't have to annihilate. We get annihilated in course of time in any case. Material nature takes care of us. At the time of death, everything is finished. Whereas if we become devotees of Krishna, then there won't be any death. And that is another very important consideration. Those who become devotees of Krishna, he reasons ill who thinks that a Vaishnava dies. And what that means? A Vaishnava never dies. Because a Vaishnava is situated in his spiritual identity. For a Vaishnava, it is simply a matter of changing the dress. Change of bodies. So, Narad Muni, as it often appears that Narad Muni goes out of his way to create trouble. So here Narad Muni is actually admitting that he was inspired by the Lord. Whatever he does is due to being inspired by the Lord. And at this juncture, what he did? He went to Kamsa. And that's another thing about Kamsa and many of the demons. They're actually respectful to the Vaishnavas and Brahmanas. Like Kamsa is very respectful to Narad Muni. Jarasandha, we'll also come across that, is very respectful to Brahmanas. So this is Vedic culture. A Kshatriya, he may be extremely demoniac, but he is respectful towards the Brahmanas. Why? You know why? Because they know that by being favorable to the Brahmanas, one acquires piety, not spiritual, piety. Acquires good fortune. On the other hand, if one offends a Brahmana, he may lose everything. There are many instances. Krishna's pastimes are full of such instances. You can see so many people have been cursed by the Brahmanas and became demons. How King Chitraketu, you remember, being cursed by Parvati became a demon. Vritrasura. So, anyway, Kamsa was very respectful towards Narad Muni. When he approached, and when Narad Muni came there, Kamsa offered him an elevated seat, worshipped him, and then Narad Muni told Kamsa, you see Kamsa, the girl that you thought was Devaki's daughter is not actually Devaki's daughter. She was Jasoda's daughter. And Krishna and Balaram are the sons of Devaki and Rohini. Vasudev's sons through Devaki and Rohini. So you have been actually deceived. So question may arise, why Narad Muni did that? Previously also saw that it is Narad Muni who actually caused the children of Vasudev to be killed. So why did he do that? The simple answer to that is that he is trying to accelerate Krishna's appearance. That means he is trying to arrange Kamsa to be killed. So that's why he went and reported to Kamsa. Kamsa became furious. So he immediately wanted to kill Vasudeva. Can you imagine? I mean, what a serious situation. When Narad Muni is saying that Vasudeva is there, and right in front of Vasudeva, Narad Muni is telling Kamsa, what Vasudeva had done. And Kamsa wanted to kill him, but Narad Muni prevented him. He said that, look, by killing Vasudeva, what will you gain? Killing Vasudeva, what will you gain? Like, your enemy is not actually Vasudeva. Your fear is not from Vasudeva. Your fear is actually from Krishna. So rather think in terms of killing Krishna. And in another Puran it gives the thing, like the conversation goes further. So, and he told that Kamsa then said, look, I tried to kill him so many ways, but I can't. There's something with these boys. Like he killed the demons, they are practically invincible. So Narad Muni told that, look Kamsa, your problem is that you sent your allies one by one. So when the enemy is too strong, then deal with the enemy with your full strength, not just partial strength. So gather all your strength. You have so many friends. They are very powerful demons. And so that's how Kamsa got the idea. So it goes even further. Kamsa asked Narad Muni, look, if I tell them that, please come and help me because I cannot deal with Krishna, then my reputation will be at stake. I can't tell him that. Just because of one boy I'm afraid and they have to come and help me. So then he said, no, you don't have to tell them that. You won't have to invite them on with that plea. Rather, you invite them with a chat, with a opportunity, a reward. Tell them you are going to do the Dhanur Yajna. Like you remember, Kamsa received that bow of Lord Shiva from Parasuram. So, anyway, so this bow, he said that you have the yajna of the bow and invite all the other kings and tell them that if they can string the bow, whoever will be able to string the bow, he'll get half of your kingdom. He'll give half of your kingdom. Kamsa liked the idea. So that's why this Dhanur Yajna was arranged. And Kamsa called Akrura, Krishna's uncle actually. So said Akrura, you go and invite Krishna and Balaram to this occasion of Dhanur Yajna. And so Akrura knew what Kamsa was planning. That this arrangement was actually to invite Krishna Balaram to kill them. So, but Akrura thought, I'll get an opportunity to see Krishna and Balaram. So he accepted that proposal. Akrura went to Vrindavan. And Nanda Maharaj greeted Akrura Actually, it's very nice description there. When Akrura came to Vrindavan, he saw Krishna's footprints. From seeing the marks, one could make out the Krishna's footprints, and they're auspicious, extremely auspicious prints. So he rolled on the ground of Vrindavan, and he offered obeisances to those footprints of Krishna, the land that has been blessed by Krishna's lotus feet. So this is how he actually arrived, and this actually shows how we also should go to Vrindavan with that kind of respect. The land of Vrindavan is not just ordinary land. The land of Vrindavan is the spiritual world that's blessed with Krishna's footprints. Nanda Maharaj embraced Akrura, greeted him, made all arrangements for his comfort. And so Nanda Maharaj, and then Akrura started to tell Nanda Maharaj what actually happened. Nanda Maharaj asked, so how is everyone in Mathura? And he told that recently Kamsa became very, very upset. He was about to kill Vasudeva. But Narad Muni actually prevented him from doing that, stopped him from doing that. And he told that actually he invited Krishna and Balaram. And the purpose of this invitation is actually to kill Krishna and Balaram. Krishna and Balaram was there listening. They had a big laugh. The question is, who is going to kill who? And this is how they spent the night. Now the news reached Vrishabhanu's palace. Actually, it so happened that Krishna then informed Nanda Maharaj that please tell all the Gopas to gather tomorrow early morning. We'll go to Mathura and let them carry lots of gifts for Kamsa. Like lot of various milk products and sweets, and also gold and silver and jewels. So offer them to the king. Now this is how the news actually went out that Krishna is going to Mathura tomorrow. Upon hearing that, Radharani fainted, that Krishna is leaving tomorrow. So the other gopis brought her into consciousness, and then Krishna also realized that how all the gopis were feeling. So he expanded himself into many, many forms and went to every single gopi's house and consoled them. That look, I have come here with a purpose. The purpose of my coming here is to kill the demons. Now all this while the demons, I was killing the demons who came here. But the world is full of demons. Therefore I have to go out and kill them. My business is to protect the devotees and annihilate the demons. So in this way Krishna tried to console the gopis. Most of them could not really be pacified with this kind of consolations. Their thing was, Krishna, all these reasoning, all these wise words are not going to pacify our heart. We cannot bear the separation from you even for a wink of an eye. Although you are saying that you'll come back in the evening, you'll finish your job during the day, you'll go in the morning and come back in the evening. But even a day's separation we cannot bear. So mind you, this is how the gopis were feeling. At that time the gopis were that Krishna will not come back. Their feeling was that Krishna is going for a day, and even then they were not ready to let Krishna go. And in the morning, everything was arranged. Akrura got the horses into the sort of was the expression. The horses are into the chariot. Anyway, connected to the chariot. And everything is ready, but all the gopis blocked all the roads. The description is, just as the sun is covered with cloud, this horse, the chariot was covered by gopis. All the ways of movement was covered. And not only that, they took the whip from the hand of the chariot driver and they started to whip the horses, they started to whip the chariot driver, and they started to whip the chariot itself. And being whipped in this way, the horses bolted and they were afraid. And then they were shouting, Krura, Krura. Krura means cruel. But his name is actually Akrura. Saying you're not Akrura, non-cruel, you are cruel personified, cruelty personified. And then they even started to beat up Akrura with the bangles, with their bracelets. And then Krishna and Balaram intervened and stopped them and said that, look, don't behave like that. Like I told you, I have to go there with some, because there is some important mission. That's why I have to go. So, and Krishna assured that I'll come back soon. So anyway, then the chariot, Akrura told the chariot driver to move the chariot. And then the gopis were standing there as long as they could see. Gradually the chariot disappeared, but the dust was still flying. So as long as they could see the dust flying, they stood there, motionless like a painting. Krishna and Balaram disappeared from their vision. Then Akrura came to the bank of Jamuna and he decided to go and do tarpan in the holy river, this custom, offering water to the forefathers and also take a bath. So when Akrura went there, Krishna and Balaram were sitting on the chariot. But when Akrura was taking his bath in Jamuna, he saw Krishna and Balaram were in Jamuna. So he was surprised. Krishna and Balaram were in the chariot. How come they're here? So then he went and he found that Krishna and Balaram still sitting there in the chariot. He came back to the river, and then he saw there is Anantashesh, and on his coil Krishna is situated. And so and he could recognize who Krishna and Balaram are. He knew, but here now he could see that the Krishna Balaram that he is carrying in the chariot, they're none other than Shankarshan, Anantashesh and Mahavishnu. So then Akrura offered prayers, beautiful prayers to the Lord. Then he drove the chariot, came to Mathura, and he requested Krishna to come to his house. Krishna said, "No, not now. I have come to accomplish something here. So until and unless I accomplish that, I cannot go to your house, or I won't go to your house." So another lesson we learned. So when you go to some place to do something, we must complete that first and then do other things. It's a wonderful lesson actually. So then Krishna met the Gopas. They already also arrived. The question arises that Akrura was taking Krishna Balaram in a chariot, and the cowherd folks, they went in bullock carts. So how could they arrive before Krishna and Balaram, who were driven in chariot? The understanding is that as the dwellers of the forest, Vrindavan, they knew a shortcut to Mathura. So they came in the shortcut, whereas Akrura took the roundabout way, Rajpath, highway. And so they were also very happy to meet Sri Krishna and Balaram there. So Krishna and Balaram then told them that after they took bath and took some food stuff, they wanted to go and see the city, Mathura. And the Mathura city has been described so opulent, so grand. And then when they were going on the streets and just watching beautiful palaces, the wide roads and beautiful flower gardens on the sides of the roads, and there are beautiful arches and pillars and palaces on both sides, and the ladies from the rooftop and from the windows, they were looking at Krishna and Balaram. And while walking this way, Krishna came across a washerman carrying clothes of Kamsa. "Oh, who are you? What are you carrying in there?" "These are the clothes of the king." "Oh, you see, we have been invited by the king, but you see, we are just village people, so we don't have proper dress. Why don't you give us some dress?" So the washerman got very upset. "You forest dwellers, you should simply wear kopins. Should be happy just having a kopin. And you dare to have the dress of the king? If I report to the king, you know what will happen? You will lose your lives." And in this way, this person, this washerman, was very offensive. So Krishna just swung his hand, and the washerman's head was severed from his body. And this guy was raving and ranting, and now his head is severed from his body. And seeing that, all the other washermen dropped their things, bundles of cloths, and ran away. So Krishna and Balaram opened those dresses, and they dressed up in those dresses. All the cowherd boys also got dressed up. They found suitable clothes and gorgeous, beautiful dresses. But they put the dresses, but like they couldn't wear them properly. So there was a weaver who just came up on his own, and he dressed them up properly. Like as if they're village boys, they didn't know how to dress themselves. So he came, and although they took the clothes, but they were wearing the clothes, but they were not properly wearing them. So he dressed them up very beautifully. So Krishna blessed him that just because of this act of yours, he'll be elevated to the spiritual sky. Then there was a florist, Sudama, who heard about Krishna and Balaram. Actually, Krishna and Balaram's activities became well known. That Krishna and Balaram killed all these demons that Kamsa had been sending. So the residents of Mathura already knew about Krishna and Balaram. So this florist became so happy to see Krishna and Balaram, he invited them to his shop and decorated Krishna, Balaram and all the cowherd boys with the choicest garlands and flower decorations. So, so Krishna blessed him also, Sudama. And on the way they saw one hunchback woman, like just somehow carrying something. So Krishna asked, so what are you carrying? The beautiful lady. And she just said that I carry a sandalwood paste for Kamsa. Oh, you're carrying the sandalwood paste for Kamsa. Will you please give us some sandalwood paste? She said, sure. And she decorated Krishna. And then Krishna was jokingly just told her beauty, called her a beautiful lady. And she was feeling that you called me a beautiful lady, but I know what my appearance is like. So understanding her feelings, Krishna just placed his toes on top of hers and placed his fingers under his chin, and he gave a jerk. And this hunchback lady became straight as a pole and extremely beautiful. And she started to tell Krishna that how she has fallen in love with him and asked him, please come to my house. Then Krishna said, not now, I'll come some other time. So then Krishna met some wealthy Vaishyas. They were very respectful, they worshipped Krishna, but when Krishna asked them where that bow is kept, they looked at each other and didn't want to say anything, because they were afraid that if Kamsa finds out that they give the direction to where the thing is, then Kamsa will be upset. So the point is, these business people are always so cautious about their safety and security. So a Vaishya nature is being displayed here. But there were some little boys. Those boys just were very excited. We know where it is. Come. So they actually led Krishna and Balaram to the Jaggashala where the bow is kept. It was a huge bow. And it takes number of people to carry that bow. But when Krishna went, and then the guards there tried to stop them. Don't go there now. Krishna could care less. You shut up. So they just walked straight to the thing, and all those guards and sentries, they became very upset. They came, but before they could even come near Krishna, Krishna picked up the bow. That used to take, thousands of people to lift it. Just easily Krishna lifted it with his left hand. After all, what is just a bow to Krishna? He lifted it, and he bent it, strung the cord, and then as he pulled, the bow broke with a thundering noise. Everybody was wondering what happened. Kamsa was wondering what happened. It created such a noise as if the whole universe started to shake. And then Kamsa was told that these Krishna and Balaram who came from Vrindavan, broke the bow. Can you imagine Kamsa's condition? Do you remember what Kamsa was told? When Parashuram gave him that bow, he told him that when this bow is broken, then that will be the time you are going to die. So he got the forecast. But still, demons don't think that they are going to die. They want to prevent their death by hook or by crook. So Krishna then, and in the meantime, the sentries attacked, and Krishna and Balaram took half of the bows each, and with that they bit them to death. Kamsa sent an army, regiment. Krishna Balaram took care of them. And after doing that, they returned to where the cowherd folks were staying. Because they were cowherd people, they came with the bullock carts and things. They didn't come to the city, they were actually settled in the outskirts of the city. So Krishna went there, and in the city everyone was very excited. The bow is broken. Kamsa now reinforced his arrangement even more. He called the elephant trainers, that play scuba dive. He already made that arrangement. When Krishna would come to the gate of the palace, this Kubalaya elephant will be there. And this elephant is going to kill them. And if that didn't work, there are 5 terrible wrestlers, Chanur and Mushtika and Kuta, Shal and Toshal, 5 brothers. So they were like terrible, extremely powerful, and Kamsa thought that they will kill. Krishna and Balaram. So, anyway, that night, it is said, 2 persons couldn't sleep. One is Nanda Maharaj, because he was really worried that now we have come to Kamsa's territory, and who knows what he may do. And the other one is Kamsa. The whole night he was having all kinds of nightmares. He saw his body moving without the head. He saw that his body is not casting any shadow. Like this kind of, and he saw all kinds of terrible creatures are dancing around him naked. Like the ghosts and hobgoblins are having a great time, thinking that, well, soon you're going to join us also. So, in this way, Kamsa spent the whole night. In the morning, Kamsa went and saw all the arrangements have been properly made. He also inspected that Kuvalaya Pira is placed properly. And in the meantime, in the morning, Krishna and Balaram also came. As they came to the gate of the palace, the elephant, the gate is there, but in front of the gate there is an elephant. And Krishna told the elephant driver, can you please move out of my way? So there was some initial exchange, and then this elephant driver struck the elephant with the goad. The elephant thing is called goad, or called ankush in Sanskrit. In one side, front side is like a spear, and then it has a hook, and with the hook they actually control the elephant, and then by the spear it excites the elephant to charge. So the elephant rushed towards Krishna. And Krishna played with the elephant for some time. When the elephant was rushing towards Krishna, Krishna went to the back of the elephant. Just he slipped at the back, and the elephant again turned around. Krishna went at the back again. Then Krishna, this way the elephant was moving around, chasing Krishna. And then Krishna slipped onto the elephant, under the elephant's belly. And the elephant couldn't see Krishna, and he started to look for him. But the elephants actually can also smell and detect. So then, but he couldn't actually get Krishna out of his belly, and in this way then when Krishna came out, the elephant tried to catch Krishna by its trunk, and Krishna pulled the elephant with the trunk, got himself released from the trunk and grabbed the trunk and started to pull. And Balaram caught the elephant by the tail, and both of them started to pull from both ends. Poor Kuvalaya Pira is in real difficulty, and the more it happened, the more angry it became. Then finally, by playing with the elephant in this way, there's so many, like Krishna did so many tricks with the elephant. At one time, Krishna just laid on the ground, and the elephant came charging, and Krishna moved, and the elephant tripped. So, then finally, Krishna grabbed the elephant by its trunk and lifting it up, just smashed the elephant on the ground. And then he pulled the tusk of the elephant, huge tusk. And with the tusk he started to beat the elephant to death. So then Krishna took one tusk, Balaram took one tusk. Like carrying two trophies, two of them entered into the wrestling arena. And it's a very beautiful description that the blood, Krishna's face was already decorated with sandalwood paste. And now the blood from the elephant's body was also there on the, making dots, red dots on Krishna's face, as if his face was decorated with white chandan and red chandan. There's a red chandan also. And and it has been very beautifully described in Srimad Bhagavatam how everyone saw Krishna and Krishna at that time. Different people saw Krishna in a different way. The wrestlers saw him like thunderbolt, Mallanam Ashuni. People saw him as the best of man. The king saw him as the biggest punishers. The women saw him as Cupid personified, Cupid himself. The cowherd boys saw him as a friend, and elderly people saw him as the object of love and affection. The cowherd folks saw him as a relative. So in this way, different people saw Krishna in different ways. And everybody started to shout that when Krishna was, at that time, Chanur and Mushtik, two giants, they came out. So what they started to protest, what is this? The wrestling bout generally takes place between the equals. Now here is two little boys and there is two giants. What kind of match is this? What kind of arrangement is this? So, and Krishna also told that look, told Chanur, when Chanur challenged him. Chanur challenged Krishna and Mushtika challenged Balaram. And when they challenged, Krishna said that we are just village boys, we are little boys. We are not wrestlers, and the wrestling takes place between the equals. We are not equals to you in age, in shape, in tricks and expertise. So this is not the right match. Chanur said, well, you may look like a young boy, but you are not a young boy. So we can see that even the demons had the understanding or recognize Krishna in a different way. You are not the way you look. I mean, you killed all these terrible demons. And just now we saw Kubalai appear, you just killed him. It's unthinkable. So you are not what you appear to be. So then Krishna says, okay, enough exchange of words. Let's get into business. So Chanur came and struck Krishna on his chest. To Krishna it looked like an elephant has been struck with a lotus petal. But then Krishna struck Chanur. Already blood started to flow from his mouth. And both of them fought. Terrible, fierce fight between two of them took place. And finally, Krishna picked up Chanur, started to spin him overhead and smashed him on the ground. Chanur reached his ultimate destination. The same thing happened with Mushtika. He was fighting with Balaram. Balaram killed him. Seeing that, the other brothers came out. Kuta, Shal and Toshal. Krishna killed them also. And everyone was very excited. They started to glorify Krishna and Balaram. Krishna Balaram ki jai. And then Krishna called the cowherd boys onto the wrestling arena. And then they started to fight. Just to give pleasure to the viewers. Like, playfully they were fighting. In the meantime, Kamsa became completely upset. He just stood up on that. He was already on a high platform, surrounded by other kings and nobilities. And he stood up and coming to the edge of that elevated place, he started to shout that, drive them out of the city, kill all the Jadus, kill Ugrasen, kill Vasudev. And in this way he started to give orders. So at that time Krishna, from that wrestling arena, jumped onto that platform. Seeing that Krishna coming, Kamsa already got ready with his shield and sword. Krishna is bare hands. Kamsa tried to strike Krishna. Krishna avoided the strike. And at one point Krishna just slapped. Kamsa, he started to see all kinds of sparks in front of his eyes. And his turban, his crown went flying. And this way, in that box, they fought for some time. Kamsa with sword and shield in hands, Krishna is bare hand. Then finally, Krishna caught Kamsa by his hair. Already his headdress was gone. The Kshatriyas used to have long hair. So he grabbed him by the hair, jumped from that height onto the wrestling arena. He just jumped onto Kamsa and started to beat him up. Kamsa is dead. Then Kamsa's 8 brothers came out, attacked Krishna and Balaram. So Krishna and Balaram took care of them as well. And so this is how the first mission is accomplished. So then after killing Kamsa, Krishna went to the prison, released Ugrasen and his father and mother, and made Ugrasen the king. And his father actually, Vasudev, called Gargamuni and conducted Krishna's Upanayan ceremony, Brahmin thread ceremony. And then it was decided that Krishna and Balaram should have some education. Actually, the proposal was from Krishna that we didn't get any time to study So we should actually have some education. Now who should they study from? From Sandipani Muni. And Sandipani Muni was in Avantipur. So now there is also another important consideration. Sandipani Muni was actually a worshipper of Lord Shiva. So the question is, why Krishna chose, a Shaivite to be his guru? The answer to that is, if Krishna and Balaram chose some Vaishnava, they would recognize them, and they would be able to teach them. They won't play the role of a guru, role of a superior. So that's why Sandipani Muni was selected. So they went to Sandipani Muni's ashram, stayed there for 64 days, and in 64 days they mastered 64 arts. One day, one subject, master. So after they completed their studies or completed their education, is a custom after you after you get the education or instruction from Guru, you give dakshina. So Krishna asked, what can we give you as dakshina? And Sandipani Muni said, look, just getting you as my students had the greatest gift that one can ever get. But anyway, I'll go and ask my wife. So he went and asked his wife. So his wife said that, look, these two boys are not ordinary individuals. So you ask them for something that is really extraordinary. So what can we ask such extraordinary thing? Sandipani Muni's son was lost in the ocean, drowned in the ocean. So his wife said that when this boy, Krishna, since he came, I forgot the agony of losing my son. Now